Hi, my name is Amani Du. I am a licensed real estate broker with over 16 years sales experience and over $100 million sold. And today we'll be discussing how to become a licensed real estate agent in 30 days or less. One of the main reasons I see a lot of people get into this business is they see the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle that is often presented on social media through the influencers of what the potential is. And one of the big things that attracted me to real estate is the unlimited potential of what you can do. This is one of the few areas in life where you can put in a lot of work and receive a lot of benefit on the back end. When I really sat and thought about it, there weren't many jobs that were willing to pay me what I wanted to be paid. However, I was able to sell enough houses to be able to make income that was substantial. The income that I made, my goal was always to not retire from real estate, but to use that income to invest into passive income so that I would have to do less hands-on work and have my money working for me in the background. All right, step one, you have to take a pre-licensing course. The Michigan Pre-Licensing course is a 40-hour course, and you can do this 40 hours within a course of a year. I purchased my class on Groupon. I think I paid like $60 for the class. Now, this was like almost 8 years ago, but I paid $60 for the class, and then I think I had to pay something for the book. So maybe like under $100 or something total for the class and the book. And I took vacation from work and I went to this class every day so that I could be able to take the class Monday through Friday. And then I still feel like I needed a little refresher, so I also did some night class, popped into some night classes as well. The place that I took the class at allowed me to do that. So once I was registered for the class, you had to take the first class of the cycle that you were in, but after that you can pop into any session. The great thing about getting licensed as a real estate agent is you can do the class in person or online. I prefer to do the class in person because I like to ask questions and I like to receive answers, and then if I have more questions I like to dive into more questions. And I thought maybe if I did it online, I wouldn't be able to ask the questions that I need. What if I didn't understand the material? And then what I need this information to be able to be used going forward. So I really appreciated doing it in person, but you understand how you learn best, so you have that option. But I was definitely someone who had to learn in person. And then something about the group camaraderie as well really helped, because sometimes people ask questions that I didn't necessarily think of, and that helped me a lot. So the class is 40 hours. It doesn't matter how you break it up. I always recommend that you do the class in order in which they teach the material so that you can ensure that you're getting all of the material. If you skip around or break the class up, sometimes you miss things that are really important. And I feel like being in person, asking the questions and doing it in order helped me pass the test on the first attempt, because the last thing we have time for is to waste money. And I was kind of in a rush to change my life, so I really wanted to get it done and over with as quickly as possible. Step two, we will discuss the age and the schooling requirement. So you have to be at least 18 years of age from the day that you start the class, and you have to have at least a high school diploma. So this opens up to a lot of people. If not, I would call the program or the class that you're interested in and see if you have some different type of situation, what the qualifications would be and how you could become licensed as well. Okay, so first you have to take the class and pass the class. I did that within the first week. And then next you have to take the state exam. The state exam, you have to take and pass the class, and then you have to take the state exam. The state exam is a little bit over 100 questions, and it's going over a lot of the coursework that you've learned in class. You have to pass with at least a 70%. Pass with a 70%, you are, and you pay the fee, you are licensed. So I think I paid maybe $100 and something to take the test and to get the license done. So it's somewhere under $200 to do both. Step 3, you have to find a broker. So your license, any agent, real estate agent license, is always held under a real estate broker. This person is who you go to for like questions, transaction help. They are the liability within the business. So they're going to hold your license. You're going to work and operate under them. So for instance, I am a licensed broker. I could take on agents. They would work under me. I would be able to answer any questions they have and facilitate any help. But in order to have an active license, you have to select a broker. Some things that I would have you do is to interview brokers. No brokerage is created the same. They are all different. So you want to interview a broker to find someone who you work best with and who works best with you. If you do not come from a sales background, you need a teaching, coaching, educating brokerage, because there's a lot that you will not know. Passing the class teaches you how the licensure behind real estate, right? You can do this, you can't do this, but passing the class and taking the state exam does not actually teach you how to sell real estate. So you need someone to be able to, or some team or some brokerage or a mentor or someone you can invest into who can then invest back into you and teach you the actual sales skill of selling real estate. When I got licensed, I was so excited to hit the ground running and started with my new brokerage and a new team and sell millions of dollars in real estate. And it wasn't until the first day that I showed up at the office where I was like, I actually have no idea how to sell real estate. I know what meets and bounds are and parameters, boundaries, and all the things that you learn in class, how to calculate commissions, but I did not understand how to sell real estate, how to find clients, how to grow my business, how to market, how to advertise, how to list homes, how to sell homes, what to do at a closing. I had no idea. So hence why I created Agent Protocols for Profit, because I wanted to create a space where I could teach all of the things that I wish I knew when I first got into real estate. And I could help other people who were getting into real estate or who were struggling to grow their business in real estate, produce and be able to be successful. Some things you want to ask your broker: do they provide training? Do they provide education? Who will you report to? Generally, you won't report to your actual broker, like the actual person who holds your license, especially if you work on a team or for a big corporation. Generally, you won't speak to them on a daily basis. So who is it that is your point of contact? If you have questions, if you need help, if you encounter an issue with a client or with yourself, like who do you speak to? So you want to know who is going to be your direct point of contact. You also want to speak about commissions, because commissions, everything in real estate, let me say it like this, everything in real estate is negotiable. Everything. How much you get paid, how much you ask for, everything is negotiable. So you want to figure out what your split will be as well. One thing I will tell you is, depending on how much you know and depending on how much work you're willing to put in, it may be advantageous of you to take a lower split in the beginning to get the knowledge and experience that you need to know and grow. But what I will say is, give yourself a hard timeline on which you want to expand yourself and grow your commission structure as well. So I took a lower split when I first got into real estate because there was a lot that I needed to test and learn and do on the job, on the fly, and I needed to be able to ask questions. And there was a lot that I knew from coming from a sales background before, but there was a lot that I did not know as it related specifically to real estate. So I took a lower split so that I could have, one, access to clients. I think it's very important, if you don't come from a sphere of people who are looking to buy and sell real estate, which I didn't. My family, my friends, when I told them that I was getting into real estate, they were like, great, that's fantastic. but I didn't know a lot of people who were actively looking to buy and sell real estate. And the only way you can get paid in this business is when people buy and sell real estate. So since I didn't have that, I took a lower split to go with a company and a team that would be able to provide clients for me that I would then be able to work with. That is what I saw as an investment. So if you don't have a sphere or people who are looking to buy and sell consistently with you, you don't have that business, you don't have that community, then it may be advantageous of you to find somewhere that is providing clients, providing training, providing education, so that you can get your feet wet, build up some business, get some referrals, get some business under your belt, and learn while being paid. Because 100% of zero is zero. So sometimes you have to take a little bit less in the beginning to learn, and then you're able to take more. Another question that you want to ask your broker is what supplies will be available to you, like yard signs, business cards, marketing materials, advertising materials. You want to know what materials, what business products will be actively available to you. Is there an office? In the office space, what do you have? Do you have access to a printer, computers, Wi-Fi? Can you close there? Can you meet clients there? Will you have access to this building 24/7? All of those things are important when you are growing your business. Another thing as well, you want to make sure that the office location is not super far from you, because you need to be able to get to this place to meet with clients, to conduct closings, to have meetings, to do trainings. So I think it's also very important to keep in mind that to have your office space be closer to you rather than further, so that you can get back and forth and it can make it as seamless as possible for you. Lastly, I would inquire to see if that brokerage provides a transaction coordinator. A transaction coordinator is someone who is going to be able to do all of your paperwork portion of the transaction. And if you have purchased a home before, then you know exactly how much paperwork goes into a real estate deal. But there's tons of paperwork that you'll have. You'll have your initial contract, listing documents, addendum, price change forms. Like, there is so many documents that go into completing a transaction. I want everyone to learn how to do the paperwork. I think it is pivotal in your business to know how to do everything on your own. So it's great to have that in your back pocket, but having a transaction coordinator helps you expedite that business. So if I can send something to them, a spreadsheet breakdown of everything I need typed up and sent to clients, and they can do it while I work on another client, that is maximizing my time. However, if they're not available or it's after hours, I also need to know how to do that work so I can still get the job done at all times of the day. So it's important to have that transaction coordinator, so when you get really busy, they're able to facilitate the work. Also, when you first start, when you fill out that template and send it over to the transaction coordinator, they will send you a copy of the contract back, so you can look through that contract and see where they plugged in the information that you provided, so you can learn how to read and understand contract. That was a big thing when I first started, is I didn't know how to read and understand contract and where to plug in all the numbers and figures. And when I was able to send it to a transaction coordinator and they sent it back, then I learned where all the information was supposed to go, what it meant, how to utilize it. And then if my clients had any questions, I was able to either point them in the direction of their attorney and we would go over it together, but answer any questions that they may have as well. All right, so from start to finish, from the day you sign up for the class, let's say your class starts October 1st, you have to complete a 40-hour course. So you may be able to do that in 1 week. And then you are able to take the state exam. It took me about 5 to 6 days after I completed the course to take the state exam, just based on when they had availability. And then from there, selecting a brokerage you can find one in 1 day. It could take you 10 days to find a brokerage. And then after that, you can begin selling real estate. This has been how to become a licensed real estate agent in 30 days or less. If you have any questions, please comment them below. If I missed anything, if there's anything that you're thinking of in your head or anything that can be holding you back, comment it below. I'm happy to help. With so much changing in the world and so many things becoming uncertain, everything is being bought and sold every day. Everything needs a salesperson and everything needs someone to sell it every single day. Everything is being bought and sold. So this is a skill that you'll be able to utilize in so many different areas of your life. So this is a skill that you can really tuck back in your back pocket and be able to pull out at any time. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time, have a great day.